Like wanting to do today.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Dr. Tony Haley and Dr. Jada Moore-Ruffin, and we are celebrating this week. I can say to you that getting through 10 years over here, and how many for you, Dr. Jada, in your
Oh,
business?
this is 8 years over here. Yeah.
It it is a big deal. And so to celebrate these years serving and enjoying serving our patients, I want to say that Sort of Excellence Coaching felt like it was a really good idea to come out and have a little party, a little virtual wellness celebration. And we thought we should not keep the good news to ourselves. We're going to bring our friends along. We're going to share the good news with you. And we have done so much for patients, but it's time for us to talk to some people who don't know that there's a lot out here. And I'm going to bring the best and brightest, including Dr. Jada. So on Saturday, just a heads up, on Saturday, May 4th, we are going to have a wellness summit from 10 a.m. Eastern to 2 p.m. We have a beautiful lineup. Dr. Jada is a part of that presenter team, and I wanted to spotlight her tonight. I want to welcome you and say thank you so much. If you are watching on replay, let us know you're watching on replay, where you're watching from. But we wanted to have a little chat. She and I have been talking offline. And if you have weight loss questions, I promise you this, she is the best in the business. People fly from all over the country. She's got licenses in a lot of places. People come, that's how good she is. She's a celebrity weight loss specialist in Atlanta. And I'm going to read you her bio in a moment. But if you have questions, if you have concerns, if you're not sure, she is not here to give medical advice, but what she could do is give you some ideas on what the next step would be to get the right answer to that question, if that's fair. All right. We will be talking at the summit about some other ideas, but I want to just say welcome, Dr. Jada. Can you just at least tell them a little bit about why you thought it was important to be here?
Absolutely. So, Dr. Tony, first of all, I love your platform. I love what you're doing for women, specifically high performers, professional women. I love that your face is in the place in the executive space. I think your clients are my clients, and we are our clients in a lot of ways. So I'm here in service, honestly, and to support the amazing work that you do, and to get some people from A to B, B to C, C to D, wherever people are in their journey, to help some. I'm here to ignite some people. I almost see it almost like a catalyst. It's something that's already in the mix. It's already at play. It's already a thought. It's already an idea. It's already a plan. It's already been thought about. It's already a prayer. It's already out there in the atmosphere. And now you just need a catalyst to the next step. So that's what I see this tonight, and even what we'll be doing on Saturday, is that we're igniting, we're catalyzing, we're amplifying. I feel like there's a transference that will actually be energetically in that space. And so, I could do this for a minute, but to be brief, that's what we're here for.
I'm so glad to hear it. And I will tell you, when you talk about dynamic people who make you feel like you can do anything, Dr. Jada has done that for me. So I just wanted to give you guys a taste of her. Let me give you a little rundown on the bio. Dr. Jada Moore-Ruffin, widely known as Dr. Jada, is a nationally recognized weight loss specialist, wellness expert, and a very successful entrepreneur. She has an award-winning wellness center. She's received her undergraduate degree in biology from Memphis State University, her medical degree from Meharry Medical College, where she graduated with honors, of course. And she is certified as both an integrative nutrition coach and a professional abundant life coach. And she's double board certified in family medicine, hello family, and medical bariatric obesity medicine. Now that's a whole mouthful. And before she says anything else, I'm going to say this as a physician. This real weight loss center she has, this real wellness center she has, which is more important, in Atlanta, she serves a wide variety of people. But why I'm excited to bring her here is because we went to medical school, undergrad, medical school and residency and so forth, and you still knew something was missing. Can you tell us? We haven't talked about this, but I know you said, man, I need to know, why did you feel you needed more to help people?
Oh, that's a good question. Growing up, let's just say growing up in the traditional or conventional medical healthcare, if you will, system,
Yeah.
I always knew that I was off center. That there was more, that there's something
Yeah.
missing for me. There's something that I don't quite align with. And so I had to keep going further to make it make sense. I had to keep going further to find ways to go beyond being a healthcare professional and really tapping into healing, because that's what I signed up for. I did not sign up to be a pill pusher. I did not sign up to be a coder. I did not sign up to be a biller. I did not sign up to be a referral source or an ancillary, all the things. I signed up to help people move the needle in their health and in their lives and in their legacy.
Yes, ma'am.
And so that wasn't it. So what do you do when there is a problem where you don't feel that this is it? Then you keep going. So it has been a beautiful journey. I don't always say, when you said those things, Dr. Tony, I realized I didn't always know at the moment that what was happening then was going to lead to now. I just knew it was the next step.
Yes.
And this was, I started that before there was this wave of doctors doing other things.
Yes.
So in these environments, I was one of one.
Yeah.
The folks are like, why are you here? You got the highest degree. You're like, what are you doing?
What are you doing here?
What y'all are doing? I want to see what you're talking about. So being expansive, and as physicians, and especially the good ones, we're lifelong learners.
I was just writing it. Lifelong learning is the reason.
Lifelong learners. It's insatiable. It's insatiable.
When you serve, and I'm gonna tell you, this lady, if she ever cares for you, if you're not her patient, she's caring for you. If you're at church, she caring for you. If she's in the grocery store, you're gonna feel her love. Can y'all feel her energy? I mean, I'm telling you, she's got that powerful healer coming off her vibe, right? Just period. There was something, there was something very different about you. And before I ask you what makes you different, what makes your model different, I'm going to show you what I noticed off the bat as a clinician who works with people. I've let's not tell our age, years serving these patients. But here's the deal. You take care of couples. I have not been hearing about other people. Women will talk about weight loss all day. But what is so powerful about your work with couples? Because it stopped me in my tracks.
What's powerful in the work that I do with couples is that as individuals, we can help with health problems, or whether it's physical health, mental health, emotional health. If we have partners that can come together, then we can double the effect. If we can do that in the household and y'all got kids, then we can multiply that. So now we've gone from 1 to a multiplier of 5 if you got 3 kids or 4. If we can keep that going, then I believe that as a collective, we have the ability to affect a community, whether that's a geographical community, that means your neighborhood, because you're talking and saying, well, wait a minute, look at what I'm doing, look at how I'm feeling, look at what. And the other thing is, because I don't believe that we have tapped into relationship medicine. So that's in part where I see the work that I do. I'm not a therapist, but I am into what helps this ecosystem physically, mentally, environmentally, to function better. And really a good bit of that, Dr. Tony, happens in the sexual health and wellness arena. How are we moving, how couples are staying connected physically, emotionally, tantrically, energetically? So I believe that whether it's helping a woman feel better about her body, whether it's helping a man feel more confident in his performance,
Mhm.
because the reason we say performance is that men do want to perform to please. So to be able to, and anything in between that, women are really coming up too. The women that I'm working with, they
Yes.
they want to enjoy sex. We're talking about that. We're talking about the
Mhm.
enjoyment of intimacy, not
Mm.
just something on your things to do list. So where does that take us? Well, we got to talk about libido. We got
Oh,
to talk about y'all that's taking a pass and those that saying, yes, I'm turning in my voucher. So it's everything in between that. So I believe that beauty, body, and just the boldness of couples being intimate and happy and all of those things is relationship medicine. That's what I say.
oh my goodness. And she and I have talked for hours on end lately, and this did not come up. So when I tell you the synergy and the conversations are just organic and they really heal just having those conversations out loud. When I think about your book, I bought your book in October 2021. And I said, oh, this is good. You know what I mean? There were so many topics that are taboo. And you touched on one of them. Looking good and feeling good have to go together in order for all this other stuff to happen. When you made a list of who this is not for, I said, I got chills. When you think about who you're not for,
Yeah.
go on and tell.
I got it right
there. Girl, read that title. Look, book. Girl, get ready to lose
Girl,
this
get
weight.
ready to
Girl.
lose the damn weight. So, when I wrote this book, and it was so funny because I was thinking on the way in here, this is a sidebar, is that, you and I have this in common as medical moguls. And in our group, I was probably one of the last to complete my book. And this book, I'm gonna tell you, was a labor of love. But I was intentional about working to get it where it represented a heartbeat. It wasn't just a checklist, but there's some heartbeat in here. So, who it is not for, it's not for somebody that's just looking for a quick fix. You just want tell me what not to eat. Tell me the latest craze of all the things. Tell me about fasting. Tell me, which, there's some things in there about physical weight loss.
Sure.
But this book is so comprehensive because it was designed to really address the context with which we find ourselves weighed down. So it is, yes, the things you eat. Yes, it's the activity. But why is that?
That's
So
it.
you know how kids get on this rant. Yours will do this someday too. They get on this, but why?
But why?
But why? But why? And so there's a lot of but whys that's chalked into this book to help you get a deeper level of understanding.
That's
And
right.
self-awareness. I believe self-awareness it's like oxygen.
You're having all of the reason I love her, and look, somebody's already saying this. Dr. Veronica is a urologist. I know who this is here. This is Dr. Veronica. She's a urologist. She's saying, I love this approach, and I agree 100%. She's married. She has children. You have your training, and you and I are both moms. You have how many children? Two?
I have three.
Three. My brain can't do it. Just refuse to believe it. Girl, right now it is. But we don't ever, I feel like the reason you and I connected partially is because we believe in treating the whole patient, and we believe in asking them their real goal. Losing the weight for, in her list of things that she said, this book is not for you if you just want a quick fix, lose weight, get ready for the dress and all that stuff, because we're talking about holistic wellness and we're talking about sustainability.
Exactly.
And so we usually need to hear a little bit, if we're interested, in why you want to lose. Why is this important? Which is why we're having a whole summit. But I did want to make sure we talked about how women oftentimes are the person who identifies a problem in the husband. So she needs to know a little bit and learn a little bit in order to broach topics with her man.
Absolutely. And I will tell you, in my experience, is the conversations and communication around, um, we're not going to even make this about sex or intimacy. The ability for women to acknowledge their own desires
Mm,
and to give themselves permission for pleasure, for enjoyment, for peace, for fun, for time alone, for time together. Like it's so many layers around it. And so what of course women are the ones that's making doctor's appointments. I had a consult earlier today and she was the one that I'm talking to. I'm talking to thinking that it's two guys, a son and a father, and it's the mother that's doing all the
oh,
talking. And I'm like, well, okay, if they're okay with it, I'm okay with it to set everything up. But women have such a pivotal role in the home. Women, I believe, have to get in position with truth telling.
mm,
Sometimes it's hard to have a conversation with your mate or with your partner around
yes,
satisfaction
yes.
or the lack thereof, or teetotaling, or lack of libido, not interested. I'm flashing all night. I have vaginal dryness. This doesn't feel comfortable to me. We're all over the place right now, but I promise y'all we're gonna bring it back home.
No,
It's
it's not for a doctor. This is why. Listen,
yeah.
you're telling. You know what? Let me help y'all out. Dr. Jada and I, we just on the same page. But let me help them really get on the rocket ship with you. The reason why I have a whole double board certified physician who really cares about your total health and wellness in this conversation is because if we neglect these things she's speaking about, you can lose the weight with this pill, maybe, and maybe it's for a little while. But do you know what kind of psyche you have when it goes all falling apart because you didn't really do it in a way that was comprehensive?
Mhm.
So I feel like maybe you can give them a little clarity around these types of practitioners, shall we say, who are popping, throwing pills, writing prescriptions. You hear about all those drugs
Mhm.
versus your approach. What would be this approach versus that approach? Because they probably don't understand what all you do.
Right. I think it's really important to know that, and I've said this before on live, I don't just trust your body to anybody. So have an idea of who you are working with,
Mm,
what their credentials are, what their experience is. Can they get you out of something? Can they, what if one thing doesn't work? Is there another option? What And
mm,
so I think what makes us unique is the comprehensive nature, the fact that we are looking at what got us to here and now. So that if we're going to do anything, we got to know what to do. We got to know why we're doing this so that we can expect a certain outcome
mm,
based on a certain intervention. So getting to the root cause and really fixing and helping the body to get restored back
mm.
to where it is. So a lot of times I'm dealing with a dysfunctional metabolism. Well, how did it get there? What's keeping it that way?
Yeah.
What kind of things do we need to adjust? And so that we can retrain it to do its job. A pill or a shot is not going to do that. It is not going to do that alone. So we have to be thinking that this is an adjunct. This is a tool, and they are
Mm,
good tools. There are some useful tools, but make sure you're pulling out the right tool for you. You don't expect to screw something into, a screw in the wall when there's not a screw there. You need actually a wrench, or you
mhm,
need a hammer, or you don't need a wrench or a hammer. You actually just need a set of tweezers to just kind of pull something out of what. So
mhm.
having the right tool for the right job is really important, because if you go in hammering something that really just needed a tweeze, you're gonna tear something up. You're
Oh,
gonna leave
do
some
no harm.
damage that
Do no.
wasn't even there.
See, so we have the ultimate um renovation specialist here who's telling you don't go in there with a sledgehammer. if it takes tweezers.
Exactly.
Because do no harm is kind of running underneath all we do. We're not trying to give you a cosmetic icing on a cake. We're really
Right.
trying to make sure that you're understanding. Now, underneath this conversation, in case people are coming from different perspectives, what I'll say is I saw some things that really perked up my eyes to your center. I saw a man. I saw one of your coaches was a gentleman there.
Yes, that's right. That's
I
right.
thought that was phenomenal because these guys might need to talk to a guy
Mhm.
sometime. So
Mhm.
that made me feel good to see.
That is true.
You know,
Yes.
they need their safe spaces too. So don't think just because she's this person here that she doesn't have resources, because she's the queen of the tools that help. And sometimes having a conversation with the man in the team can help bring light certain other things. Hormones are something that different types of practitioners do not have at their disposal, meaning they don't have the skill they can draw labs all day, but do they have the skill to interpret them?
Right. Right.
Secondarily, are they addressing all the things that could be affecting your picture? So I guess I would say, are there some signs that maybe folks need to know about in case they need an investigator like you?
Yes, so I can make this really quick, and it's going to sound like all the things that
Uh-oh.
like, wait a minute, isn't that just regular busy women? I don't know. I was
I
talking
don't know.
earlier.
Okay.
So, and women and men's symptoms can be similar. You
Ooh,
just they just show up a little differently. Show up a
okay.
little differently. So get this. So fatigue, common
Ooh.
thing, right? I had one client that said, I just thought I was supposed to. I'm getting older. Wouldn't I be more tired? Wouldn't I have brain fog? Wouldn't I be more forgetful? Wouldn't I have aches and pains? Wouldn't I feel moody? I live alone now. Wouldn't I feel like I'm isolating myself? Oh, I have I haven't been really sexually active lately. So yes, I have vaginal dryness. Or couples that are saying, well, I'm in my 50s, I'm in my 60s. Yes, my libido is low. Guys that, and I will flip over, the guys are a little different. The guys get kind of withdrawn, they get isolated, they become couch potatoes, they don't want to go to the gym. Here's the thing that I find with my guys is not only are they losing energy or just their zhuzh, so to speak, I see that this affects guys in their money, it affects them in their career, because they are losing that competitive edge. Men have a certain go get it ism that
Sure.
is, and I can make that up hopefully. That
Feel good.
sometimes when their hormones are low,
Yeah.
they don't have the fight in them to say, "Oh, I know I deserve this. I know that I can, I can accomplish this." They don't find that they want to go for it. They are just kind of pulling back, and even the go get it ism, whether it's at work or even in their relationship, they just kind of fall to the like, oh well, just life is passing them by. So sometimes they can appear to be aggressive or angry or frustrated, irritable, withdrawn, not wanting to do things with the family. And sometimes women can take that personally, especially at a certain, age, and just feeling like, well, something's going on. And there is something going on. And he doesn't even know what that is. So
Okay.
being astute comes in for women. Obviously weight gain is a big thing with hormones for both men and women. With guys, they'll tend to get into the belly area. Women will too. But guys will also tend to get what we call man boobs, if you will, lacking erections, and not even having an interest in sex anymore. Or if they have an interest, but they have not been able to perform well, then they'll tend to shy away from it. And I will tell you that I see quite a bit of sexless marriages. That's a different topic, Dr. Tony.
Yeah.
See quite a bit of sexless marriages for multiple reasons. Couples that have not had sex in not just weeks, not just months, but years. Years. And I'm not talking about in their 80s and 90s.
I know. And I wanted to have you rattle off some signs. And apparently my urologist is chiming in too, saying oftentimes these women might blow it off and say, "Oh, I thought it was normal because I had a baby." They try to attribute symptoms to, they think they can rationalize why that's happening to them. You see what I'm saying? They,
Yes.
they'll say, "Oh, that's because I had a baby. Oh, that's because I had that thing at work."
Yes, 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 yes. Oh, I thought I was putting in the comments. Yes, Dr. Veronica was saying women will brush off incontinence like it's a rite of passage. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, I'm of that age, so therefore,
Therefore, it's okay.
we
Mm-mm.
can go see a specialist. The reason why, listen, we are not here to tell you where to go. We're here to tell you this is important enough. You are important enough to have a conversation right here with us, to think about the fact that how many symptoms apply to you. Maybe you need to be making some appointments because this doesn't have to be the case.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Real talk.
I dropped something in a group here recently, a Facebook group, and it was just a question. I said, okay, so who's having irregular periods,
Oh.
facial hair that's requiring you to wax, shave, please don't
Mm-hmm.
shave, pluck,
Mm-hmm.
and having issues with weight gain or difficult to lose weight? So asking that, I said, I got answers. I probably had over 80 people to comment. That's me. What is that? Oh my gosh, it's another
We know
hormone.
what the red flag is right there.
Right. Irregular cycles, weight gain, or difficult to lose weight, and excessive hair for women that have been dealing with for years, have not been given any answers, don't really know what's going on, getting into the age where infertility is now an issue. And
Raise your hand if you are infertile.
having challenges and not really having the depth of evaluation because and for those that in many cases this could be descriptive of PCOS.
Yes.
PCOS is underdiagnosed significantly,
Yeah.
and mainly because there are so many different phenotypes for PCOS. And so, where we used to kind of have this kind of ideal of classic PCOS, so
Mm-hmm.
it's the insulin resistance, it's all the things that we know associated with that. But we have so many different types. There's inflammatory, post pill, there's the adrenal PCOS. There's so many different versions and varieties, and they show up differently. And so, if we're not kind of continuing to say, I know it's not normal for me to grow a beard if I don't shave. I know that's
Mm-hmm.
not normal. So if I'm going to doctors and they're saying, we'll just go on the pill. Okay, I could do that for the cycle, but what about this?
Right.
What about this
Especially
weight?
that's the part that, I mean, a lot of people, one of the things I loved about having someone like you is she's addressing you, the total you. All of these things, weight loss is one part of it, but look at all these pieces that will be addressed if you see somebody who does a comprehensive evaluation and gives you a comprehensive solution. So I hope y'all are as excited as I am. We already done touched upon all the good stuff. Oh, here's your symptoms, here's your things, here's your weight loss. So you people thought you were just a weight loss specialist, they would be wrong. I'm so grateful that you serve in the ways that you do. If you could give them one piece of maybe homework before the summit,
Okay.
maybe they could report back. We didn't talk about it, but in your mind, is there something that they might be able to report back and get some brownie points by the time we see them on Saturday that they could be doing?
I think so. Probably, I think maybe just to evaluate
Yeah.
what are you tolerating in your health right now?
Woo!
What are you tolerating in your physical, mental, emotional space?
Mm,
Are you tolerating unwanted weight? Are you tolerating sleepless nights?
mm,
Are you tolerating a sexless relationship?
mm.
Are you tolerating low self esteem? Are you tolerating lack of confidence? Are you tolerating not having clothes that fit in the closet? Are
Oh,
you tolerating having to buy bigger sizes? What are you tolerating? Are you tolerating your hair falling out. Like, what are you tolerating physically? What are you tolerating mentally? Are you exhausted? Are you feeling,
Okay.
I could go on. I don't need to tell you. You already know. It's popping up. Don't push it down. Let it come up. What are you tolerating?
Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna be honest with you. You and I both coach these high level of professional women who stay busy because they don't want to be honest about that list. But this summit is a passion project because settling, I'm allergic to it. We absolutely will not settle anymore. And if we have been avoiding those difficult conversations, let's have them amongst ourselves so that we can get some support. Let's talk about it in our community of women who can you tell this lady cares? And let's have it in a room where people actually have solutions instead of trauma bonding and just complaining. It was in your book. I saw it. We're not going to do that. We're not going to. Can that be the other homework? Instead of complaining, why don't you make the list? And when we ask that question, how about we go on ahead and ask that question during the summit and invite people to be honest? It's anonymous, but I want you to be honest about what is burning in your heart that you're tolerating, that you're thinking you want to put down and make some change and grow.
I think that's a great start.
It's the beginning of us giving you the right solution. Amen.
Amen. We're there. Hey, we're there.
Thank you so much for coming today. Please register. Make sure you're registered for the summit. It is free. Now, I don't do free. I typically am not offering a whole list of freebies or anything because people don't value free. But when I bring you an expert like this who loves and cares for you, do us all a favor and take this opportunity. It's a sign. It's a sign. We're going to pray before the summit. We're going to make sure that we are serving you, but you've got to be honest so that we know what to deliver. I'm Dr. Tony Hale. This is Dr. Jada. We are going to be here on Saturday for I Am a Whole Legacy. In the chat, I need anybody who is here on replay or live to put I am a whole legacy because, ladies, a lot is riding on what you choose. A lot is riding on what you do. And a lot is riding on the fact that your children are watching. If you know what I know, it's the role model in you that we need to bring on up so other people can see you, get inspired, and that next generation can actually take care of us. That'd be great. See you guys soon. I am a whole legacy.live. We will see you. Register. There will be prizes and gifts. So we want to make sure you're registered so you can get the goodies. And I have something very special for you. We'll talk soon. Is there anything else? I'll see you later. I'll see you soon, Dr. Jada. We'll be over on Instagram. See you soon.
All right. Bye for now.
All right. Let me see the comments before we go. Just a minute. Thank you. Look at this. All this thank you. I am a whole legacy. That's how it is. We'll see you soon. Come over to Instagram.
All right. Coming over.